Hey guys, how's it going? Today we're going to be doing some more Hearthstone card reviews here, because they've announced 6 more cards for the One Night in Karazhan. So now I have a total of 13 cards from the expansion out of the complete 45 that they're going to announce. And can I say, this is one of my favorite expansions yet. I think that it's a perfect blend between the World of Warcraft lore and the Hearthstone silliness that they do. And I just love the art on the cards, and I'm just really happy for this expansion, and I really want it to come up already. So let's get on with the review. First card is Battlecry Book. It's a 1 mana 1/1 Battlecry. Add a random mage spell to your hand. Okay, I have mixed feelings about this card. I think it's pretty good, but I don't know how it compares to other 1-drops Mage has. I think it will make it into some decks, mostly stuff like Tempo Mage and things like that. But comparing it to Mana Worm, I think personally that Mana Worm is a better card. It just has way better stats, and I like those stats. But I do think the random mage spell is a very good thing to have, especially if you could get a good 2-drop off next turn. And this is a card that I just think is pretty good. I didn't think that the pirate card, Nazos First Mate, was going to be very good in last expansion, because it was a 1/1. But that became staple in almost every single pirate aggro deck. So maybe the same thing's gonna happen with this card, but with Mage. So for that reason, I'm gonna give it an 8 out of 10 for constructed. Meanwhile, in Arena, I don't think this card's gonna be that good, because Arena is more stat centered, and this card just doesn't have the best stats. It's basically a Wisp. So 6.5 out of 10 for Arena. And also, it's a rare, so that means it's going to be harder to find in Arena. And you don't really want to waste your rare drop on this card, unless all your other cards are horrible. So yeah, that's it for that card right there. And possible decks for this card are Tempo Mage and Casino Mage. Tempo Mage, pretty self-explanatory. You play this card, you get a card. You're basically getting a draw card. Pretty good. Casino Mage, random. I think that's it. It says random in the name, in the description. Good enough for Casino Mage. Melchizar's Imp. Okay. Wait, is it Melchizar or Melchizar? I'm gonna say Melchizar. Okay, so Melchizar's Imp is a 1 mana, 1/3. When you draw a card, when you discard a card, draw a card. Sorry, my bad. I don't think this card is good. I just don't think discard Warlock is gonna become a thing. It might. It's not a thing right now. Maybe if they push it and add more cards, very stat-heavy cards. Because if you want to have a discard deck, you kind of need really strong cards. I really like the Tiny Net of Evil from TGT. I think that's a really good card, especially how it adds +1/+1. It's good for its mana. It's just all around a good card. But I don't think discard Warlock is just good enough. So I'm gonna give it a 4 out of 10 for constructed, and the same thing for Arena, because you don't really want to start discarding your deck in Arena. And also in Arena, if you get this card or Voidwalker is basically just a way better version of the Imp. So the 1-drops in Warlock are already really strong, and I don't think this card's gonna make the cut. Like I said before, possible decks, discard Warlock. What do you guys think about this? Do you guys think discard Warlock is actually gonna become viable? I don't know. So next card, Protect the King. A 3 mana warrior spell, Protect the King. For each enemy minion, summon a 1/1 pawn with taunt. Okay, first things first, can I say I love the idea that it's a big chess game. I really like chess myself. And I think it's just really cute how it's pawns. Okay. And plus the art's probably going to be insane. It's probably going to be great. So this seems like Blizzard just pushing and pushing Bolster Warrior. They want this to be a thing, and I personally think this might be a card that can make it viable. I've said this before. I was wrong before. I also really want Bolster Warrior to be a thing, because I just think it'd be really funny. And my thoughts for it, in constructed, 6.5. Like I said, I think Bolster Warrior might actually be a thing. Some people might try it out, have some success, and then it'll probably get wrecked by some aggro deck. Because that's what always happens in Hearthstone. Okay, for Arena, I think the same thing, 6.5. The only reason I didn't give it a lower score in this is because in Arena, I usually get stopped by some really stupid taunt minion, and then I get fireballed twice, and then I lose the game. Happened to me like 4 times already. That turn 8, I'm about to kill my opponent, Mage, it's at 2 health, I'm playing Rogue, have a 3-2 weapon, because I use Deadly Poison, and then Mage just decides to use Mirror Image. Mirror Image? I think that's the card. I'm not sure. The one that summons 2/0/2 taunts. I think it's Mirror Image, I'm pretty sure. So that happens, and then I just lose the game. So I think that Protect the King is basically just another one of those type of cards that it'll save you sometimes. So that's the reason I'm giving it a 6.5 out of 10. Like I said before, possible decks, Bolster Warrior, once again, what do you guys think? Do you guys think Bolster Warrior is going to become a thing? Now, Bookworm. I actually really like this card. 6 mana, 3/6, Battlecry. If you're holding a dragon, destroy an enemy minion with 3 attack or less. So this is basically the dragon equivalent of Kodo. So, this card I think will be very good in control dragon decks, because you're usually holding a dragon in your hand, and the fact that you get to choose which enemy you want to pick to destroy is really good. I've seen games be decided because someone didn't get the 50-50 off Kodos, and it's not that reliable. So for that reason, I'm going to say a 7 out of 10 for constructed. Meanwhile, in Arena, I don't think it's going to be that good, because the odds of you having a dragon in Arena are slightly less. Well, not slightly, drastically less. And also the stats just aren't there for Arena. 3 attack, 6 health. If that card were at 4 attack, it would be optimal, perfect. It would be the best. I'd say it would be one of the best cards in the game. Because 6/4, destroy a minion with 3 attack or less if you're holding a dragon. I just think that's really strong. But it's not. It's a 3 attack. So that's the reason it's a 5 out of 10. Possible decks for this card. It's probably going to find its home in some type of Dragon Priest and Dragon Warrior. I just think it's going to be really good, like I said before. Control decks. It's another way to destroy enemy's minion. Now Morose. Okay, I might be biased towards this card, because I always like these type of cards. Small legendaries are my favorite type of legendaries. It's a 3 mana card, 1/1, stealth. At the end of your turn, summon a 1/1 steward. So, a lot of people are criticizing this card, saying it's horrible, and that it's going to be destroyed by any type of AoE, and it is. I don't say it's not. But I think this card has potential. It combos really well with 2 cards that are in 2 decks that are pretty good. So, this card goes in very well into any type of Zoo Warlock because of the Darkshire Councilman that was added last expansion. With this card, I just imagine this. You go second. You play Flame Imp turn 1. Then you coin out Morose. And then play Darkshire Councilman next turn. If Morose survives, you're getting already a +1 every single turn that Darkshire Councilman is on the field. Which that's insane in my book. And plus, you have to destroy the card. Your opponent needs to have AoE, and the AoE probably isn't gonna kill the Darkshire Councilman, meaning you have more time. And by the time that your opponent gets to be able to kill your card, the Darkshire Councilman is gonna be at 4 attack, and it's gonna be dealing a bunch of damage. That's why I think this card's gonna be good. I think it's gonna be into some Gonna be in some Zoolock decks and stuff like that. Rating for Arena though, not so good. This card just won't do anything in Arena. It's just look at it. It's a stat. Arena's a stat-based game, and this just doesn't cut it. Just doesn't cut it. I'd actually prefer something like Abusive Sergeant over this card in Arena. I really do. And possible decks, like I said before, Zoo Warlock and Aggro Paladin. Aggro Paladin is because of that new card they have. I forgot the name of it, but the one that if you play a 1-drop minion, it gives a Divine Shield. Imagine having Morose. You play that Divine Shield with Stealth, so the AoE just no longer does anything to it. And every turn, he's playing a 1/1 Steward. So you'll just have a board full of 1/1s with Divine Shield. I just think it's really good. Once again, let me know what you guys think. Is it good? Do you guys think it's gonna be good? Do you guys think it's gonna fit into these decks I'm saying? I don't know. So next card. This card is the best card they've released so far. It's truly amazing. Just take a second and look at the card. It's beautiful. Prince Melchizar. A 5-mana, 5/6. So once again, it's basically a pit fighter. But look at the effect. At the start of the game, shuffle 5 extra legendaries into your deck. Okay. That's just really good. Especially in Arena. I'm going to say why it's not so great and constructed, but I still think that since it's just 5 random legendaries into your deck, how bad could it be? The main reason I think it's not a 10 out of 10 constructed is because it's adding 5 extra cards into your deck, meaning the odds of you getting the cards you want in the deck, if it's a combo deck, you don't want this card in there, because it's going to reduce the odds of you getting those combo pieces, and it's just not good. But if you're playing a control deck, mostly control deck, imagine that, you have 5 more cards to go into the late game. That means 5 more turns without you going to fatigue. I think that's just great. It's a great card. 9 out of 10. Enough said. Rating for Arena, 10 out of 10. What can I say? Legendaries in Arena are just really good, because it's insane power in a card. So if anyone gets this card in Arena, I don't see how you can't go 12-0. You're getting 5 extra legendaries. It's just great. I've seen Arena decks that go 12-0, and if this card's in it, you're gonna go 12-0. Possible decks, I say control decks and mid-range decks. I'm not gonna say exactly what classes, because I think you could basically slap this card into most classes and it's gonna work. And that's it for today, guys. I'm the Ram King. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe, leave a like, comment, whatever you want to do. Check out my last card review. Check out my last video. Goodbye, guys.